What is up, everyone? Antonio Muniz, also known as Esteban here, and today I just wanted to make today's message a bit more simple and a bit more understanding. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about temptation, which I know is a frequent conversation with in this channel, but temptation is actually easier to overcome than you think. Temptation is supposed to be absolute opposition to what our inspirations are. So if we have an inspiration for love, our absolute temptation would be to resort to lust instead. Or if we have an absolute if we have an absolute inspiration for joy, our temptation might be focused towards wrath instead. When it comes to overcoming temptations, you have to remember what Jesus Christ said at the table, that even though he is the way, the truth, and the life, that after he died, he would leave us a helper, which is the Holy Spirit. And in order to run to Christ and to the Father, first you have to run to the Holy Spirit. And Christ placed the Holy Spirit in our hearts. Overcoming temptation is a thought of the heart. When you run to the heart, you understand you start to understand why some of these ancient philosophers recognize the heart as the place of all our thoughts, while scientists discovered that later it was the mind. If you run to your heart first, if you run to your feelings rather than your thoughts, you start to understand your inspiration a little clearer and how your inspiration overcomes your temptation if you run to your feelings rather than your thoughts. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about sensitivity, I'm talking about feeling. I'm talking about embrace, passion, warmth, understanding the Holy Spirit through the feelings of the heart, because God is placed in our hearts. So when you run to your heart first, you will feel temptation lift off your back like a fog. I have no more words for today's message. I hope I leave you this with peace and gratitude, and I'll see you all later. God bless.